שידורי פראג. היום יש לנו שידור מאוד מיוחד. אנחנו מזמינים את ברנדון בייס, מחבר את שיטת המסע. אתם כולכם, או רובכם לפחות, שמעתם או ראיתם אותה. השידור המיוחד הזה הוא לקראת סדנת השפע שמתרחשת ב6 בנובמבר, ואנחנו היינו רוצים לראיין את ברנדון על השפע, מה יש לה להגיד ומה יש לה סדנה לתת. וברנדון, זה רק הפעם השנייה, ברנדון באה המון ארצה, היא מאוד אוהבת אותנו, וזה רק הפעם השנייה ב5 או 6 שנים האחרונות שהיא מגיעה ארצה, שהיא מעבירה את סדנת השפע. זאת הזדמנות מאוד 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 מיוחדת. אם עולות לכם שאלות תוך כדי שידור, אתם יכולים להפנות אותם בטלפון 077-3909. ועכשיו אני רוצה לפנות לברנדון ופשוט לתת לה להתחיל לדבר, כי אני לא רוצה לתת לקשיים הטכניים שלנו להרוס את רצף השידור. Hello, Brandon.
Hello, Edith. How are you?
I'm very...
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. We're very happy to have you here. It's a great honor, and we're even happier to have you come here in 3 weeks' time.
I didn't hear all of that, but I heard the part where you're happy to have me there, and I'm very thrilled to be somehow connecting through the ethers with our beloved Israeli satsang beloveds, and so I welcome everyone with all my heart. And there's a problem, I need to tell everyone, there's a bit of a problem with the connection, apparently not your end, but I'm not able to hear Irit. So we had kind of thought we would do this as a bit of a dialogue, but that's not going to be the way it's going to work now, because I have to, I can't hear what she's asking or saying, so we'll have to be very spontaneous here, and I hope that all of you are able to connect with me and able to hear me, and I wish I could see all of you. And I can't wait till I get there in Israel, in Mount Carmel with the Manifest Abundance Retreat, and oh, what a joyous time we're going to have there. And you know, it was, I know she was going to ask me, well, why is it we don't manifest abundance in our lives? Why don't we manifest really the kind of fulfillment that we'd like to have in our lives? And we were going to have a discussion about that. But I think that I'm just going to have to go with the flow here. And let's talk about that. But before we do that, why don't we all of us just take a few moments just to get still and get present, and take a few moments just to go inside and just get ourselves here into the room. So why don't we all take a nice deep breath in together, and we're just connecting hearts. And another nice deep breath in. And just letting go any tension of the day. And a deep breath in of ease. And letting that out. And just allowing your own awareness just to be open. Your heart to be open. The being to be open. The mind to be open. And letting your awareness be spacious, vast, free and endless in front of you. And letting it be open and spacious and vast behind you. And infinite to all sides of you. And we'll allow this entire 40 minutes that we have together just to be a timeless time of exploration and really an uncovering of some of what is preventing us from manifesting abundance in our lives. And just let yourself rest now. Take a nice deep breath in. And letting it out. And when the eyes are ready, we can open them. And so, exploring this topic of why is it that just when our potential's just bursting forth, that something seems to shut us down. Something seems to sabotage us, actually. It's the kind of thing where you can be, on a wonderful diet, and you're working out, and you're feeling phenomenal in your life. And for no reason that you can understand, suddenly a friend says, okay, let's go out this evening. Why don't we go to a movie, or let's go hang out at a party. And so that night you miss out on the gym. And you notice the next day somehow you're not eating as freshly and as healthily as usual. And then the next week maybe you miss 2 days at the gym. And somehow the whole life healthy plan just falls out of our life. I mean, how many of us done this? Where you've decided you're going to get strong, get healthy, lose weight, and you're doing well, and then it's like you hit the wall. And when you hit the wall, somehow all these excuses come up as to why you're not going to do it, and then for no reason that you understand, you don't. Or it can be the kind of thing that you're in relationship and you know it's going to happen, but you can't stop yourself. And when things really start getting deep or exposed or close, and you may feel really very much in love with someone, you watch it happen, but you can't stop it as you explode the relationship. And you watch the love of your life walk out of your life. Or it can be the kind of thing that you're doing some creative endeavor. You're writing or painting, and for some reason, some brushstroke or some word just doesn't look right. And then suddenly, nothing you write after that works. Nothing you paint looks right. And so in every area of our life, we have what I call hidden comfort zones or silent saboteurs. And it's like they know how to shut us down just when it matters most. Like we'll be in an interview for a job where we know that we have all the skills for that job. And we go into the interview, we psych ourselves up the night before we go in, and just when you get into this interview, you start talking, and suddenly you start making a fool of yourself. You start blubbering, you start stuttering, you say too much, you say too little, you don't say enough, nothing comes out right. And the crazy thing is, you know that you're fully qualified, and you watch yourself as you sabotage yourself for something that you know you have the full potential for. So all of us have these silent saboteurs inside of us, and they create our behavior. And so it's like having lily pads on the surface where we're feeling phenomenal in some aspect of our life, our finances are finally feeling good, and for some reason we can't get beyond that lid. And so that's the behavior, the shutdown that happens. That's the lily pad on the surface, but you know how lily pads are connected to stems. And in those stems are the beliefs that are stored inside us that are connected to this behavior. And even deeper in that murky water below are the roots. That's where the root cause of what's causing this silent saboteur to act is hidden. And it's hidden from our conscious mind. We have no clue why we're doing what we're doing. And so what can happen is we could, I don't know if you've ever done this in your life, but, written down your goals, or on whenever New Year's Eve is for you, you're starting with a new leaf, or a new blank page, and you're writing down what you want to create in your life, and you're really putting out for what you want, and you're really trying to be specific and clear. I mean, we've all heard that when you write something down, its chances of manifesting are much, much greater than when we just have it hanging out ephemerally in our heads, you know. And so, have you ever done that? Written down your goals, and then put it away in some drawer, and a year later you find your journal, you find the piece of paper, or whatever you wrote the goals down on, and you look at some of them, and some of them manifest, but the vast majority of them don't. And the reason is because it's like we have two prayers going out. We have one prayer going out. I want to manifest my dream husband, my dream wife. I want to have children. I want to have a house that's close to here and where the children can go to school. I want to have a great job. My finances to be healthy. I want a healthy, strong body. And so we're putting out these passionate prayers, and those prayers, they're going out on the external level. But on an internal level, there's a simultaneous impulse going on that says something like, no way, you'll never manifest that. You're not the kind of person that can have healthy finances. You're not the kind of person that can attract the person you want. You're not the kind of person who would be fabulous at creating a family. And so we have the external, what the conscious mind is putting out for is a prayer, and then we have an unconscious impulse, a prayer going out at a deeper level. And these two simultaneously prayers, they go out together. Yes, I really want to manifest the man or the woman of my dreams. And another prayer, it never will happen. You're not lovable. You're not worthy of it. You're not attractive enough, whatever. And it's not that something bad happens. It's usually that nothing happens. And it's why when you look at those goals at the end of the year, that you're looking at a piece of paper where only very few things, if anything, actually manifested. It's because of what's going on beneath the level of your behavior, in your beliefs, and in those roots that are in that muddy water where you have no access to knowing what is preventing you from really welcoming healthy abundance into your life, conscious abundance. And so I want you to try an experiment here. Just try this for an experiment. Take out a piece of paper while we're here. So I'll give you a moment to go get a piece of paper and a pen. And we're just going to try sort of a divine experiment here. And I'm really going to encourage you to uncover the kind of beliefs that might be holding you back on some level of being. And so I hope that by now you've got a pen and a paper by you. And first of all, the first part of the process I'll just do with our eyes closed. And I actually developed this process, interestingly enough, when I was in Israel one time. And what happened was I was giving an abundant satsang on the air. And what had happened to me, I was really kind of stunned by a journey practitioner who had polio as a child, and one of her legs was significantly shorter than another, and she had gotten crippled from polio. And when I saw her after she went through the whole journey practitioner program, and I saw her in Israel, and I came back for a journey intensive, and we were sitting for satsang, I saw that she was wearing normal shoes, and her back somehow looked straighter, and I said, Hagit, what's happened to you? And she said, I really had a strong health scare after the practitioner's program. In September, I started having excruciating pain in my shorter leg, and it was so strong. I could barely walk, I could barely sit, I couldn't lie down, everything. I was in so much pain, and I thought that God was going to strike me down again, and that I was going to even have another bout of even worse polio. And finally, she said, I went to the medical doctor, who I've been going to all these years since I was a kid, and he measured my shoulder leg, and it had grown by 5 centimeters. And when she said that, it turned my world upside down and inside out, because you don't need a medical doctor to tell you that when you're in your 40s and 50s, you don't grow anymore. You know, we all know that past about the age of 21, 22, we stop growing. And yet something anatomically impossible had happened to Hagit. And it kind of made me investigate and look at everything in my life. You know, and I already know, as you know, that this infinite grace is capable of creating anything. And so that night, I was on a Manifest Abundance satsang, and I said, let's do a divine experiment. And in that divine experiment, one of the beliefs I uncovered was that I had this belief that I couldn't really let the journey grow to be this huge, massive, global, globally known work, because there was a way in which I was protecting people like Hagit. I was terrified that if the press really got hold of these kinds of everyday miracles that happen all the time around the journey, that she would be hounded by the press, and that their lives would be damaged. And so there was a way in consciousness, even though my passionate prayer was for all of humanity to get this work, because it's so bloomin' liberating and healing, and I wanted everyone to have these tools of awakening and liberation and healing, right? And cellular healing. And I hear stories, not like Hagit did, where she actually grew her leg, but every week when I'm at a Journey Intensive, I'm hearing stories of people who heal some aspect of their life when they're told it can't be healed, you know? And I didn't know this, but when I went deeper and was uncovering the beliefs inside, there was a way that I had a belief that if the journey really got big, that people would get hurt and might even possibly die. And I ended up doing a journey process after that. And interestingly enough, the cell memory I uncovered was not a memory that's actually my own memory. It was a memory that I believe that everybody has stored in their DNA. And in this memory, I was in the Inquisition, the time of the Inquisition, and I had the audacity to speak the truth and say to everybody, you don't need a priest to intervene between you and God. That it is said that the kingdom of God dwells within you. All you need to do is turn within. You have that connection to the divine within you. You don't need an intermediary. And in this memory, you may call it a genetic memory, a past life memory, but whatever it was, this ancient memory of mine, I was being tortured to death for speaking the truth, where I was empowering people to get in touch with the truth within themselves. And I realized that consciousness, any time, through the ages, when people have really gotten big and spoken the truth, they get crucified. They get their head cut off. They get tortured. They die. They get killed for having had the audacity to let grace speak through them and speak the truth. Even people like Gandhi, who liberated a country, he spoke the truth, got assassinated. People like Martin Luther King, who had a great dream. He wanted to unite our peoples and get killed. And so it's something that was stored in our DNA. And there was a way in which I wasn't manifesting my dream, which is for this deep, ferocious prayer I have for this work to be available to all of mankind, to liberate their lives, to find true fulfillment, to find freedom and love. Because of this impulse that was going on at a deep level that said, if the journey really gets big, and because it's a message of truth, it's a message of liberation, it's a message of healing, and since the beginning of time, anyone who really did that, they got killed. And so that's what was wired deep in my root system, in the muddy waters. Now the stem was the belief. The belief, if the journey gets big, people will get hurt. And behavior at the top level was in consciousness. There was a way I was keeping the journey small. Now on tonight's little mini workshop that we're doing here, I'm wanting to encourage you to really uncover some of the stems, some of these beliefs that have been holding you back from really allowing fulfillment and abundance for your dreams to manifest, for your highest good to manifest. And so if you want to try it with me, you've got your piece of paper now, you've got your pen right now, and the first part of this process will be done with our eyes closed. And then after that, I'm going to ask you some questions, which I'm going to ask you to write down the answers to. And I'm going to encourage you to really uncover some of these negative beliefs that you don't have a clue what they're connected to, cellularly. So let's take a nice deep breath in and letting it out. And now just really imagining this and making a vision in your mind's eye. Just asking the question inside yourself, if I could really manifest and have wholesome, healthy relationships, I wonder what that would look like. And really imagine right now a vision of how you would feel and what that would look like and be like. And then imagining in your job how you would love, if in the best of all possible worlds, if you could have a healthy experience in your job, if you have a job, or if you were putting out for a job, what you would like to feel like and what it could look like, how you would feel fulfilled, how others around you would be around you. If you could create the highest and best job, or if Grace could create that for you, I wonder what that would look like. And now looking at your body and your health, and you know, Grace is capable of creating anything. I just shared that with you with Agit, who grew her leg, you know, or she didn't grow it, but Grace grew it. And so if you could have the highest and best health, what would that look like? What would that feel like? What about your creative endeavors? You know, wanting to sing, dance, write, sports, you know, in whatever area you wish to be creative. How would that feel? What would that look like? And in your spiritual life, what would that be like? I'm asking you, in an ideal world where all was possible, if you created a vision for yourself in your spiritual life, in your home life, in your relationship with your family, your spouses, your children, in your job life, and in your creative endeavors, I wonder what all of this would look like. And now I'm going to ask you, you've got your paper in front of you, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. And I'm asking you to be ruthlessly honest with yourself. What real beliefs about your ability to manifest this? What are your real beliefs? Do you honestly believe it's even possible to manifest this beautiful, ideal vision in your world? So open your eyes, and I'd like you to write full sentences on a page, just like automatic writing. Let it fall onto a page. And so you're asking, Do I believe it's even possible for this to take place? Do I believe life is capable of manifesting this? And write down your beliefs around that. And what are your real beliefs about you deserving this vision? Do you believe you deserve this vision? Do you even have permission to have this vision come true? Just write down your real beliefs. And if you have permission, wonderful. But if you feel you do need to ask who you need permission from, who do you think you need permission from? Do you need permission from your parents? Just write down, do you need permission from God? For this to be allowed to come, all these beautiful things to just come flooding into your life. Do you need permission from your children, your family? Do you need permission from your religion? Are you allowed to have this vision come true? Just write down whatever's coming up for you. What are your real beliefs? Do you deep down feel that you are worthy of this highest vision? Do you really feel that? And, or, do you have to earn this? Is there something you would have to do to earn this beautiful vision for your life? Or is it okay just to open and allow life to you in this way? Or is there something you have to do in order to be allowed to receive this kind of healthy, wholesome, conscious abundance in your life? And what will your family say to you, or your friends? Or what will they say behind your back? Let's say you do manifest this healthy, wholesome abundance, all things come true. What are they going to be saying about you behind your back? Do they honestly want you to have it? Or are they afraid that you're going to feel entitled or superior to them, or better in some way? And this was the one where I got that answer that I told you about. What might happen to you if it did manifest? What do you fear might happen to you if it actually did manifest? My words were, I might die, or someone I love might die. I was shocked when that was the answer that I wrote down to that. And let you do manifest this healthy, wholesome, ideal vision for yourself. What do you believe are your chances of maintaining it? What do you have to do to maintain it? And what might it cost you to maintain this fulfillment in your life? What are your real beliefs? Just keep writing. Do you have any beliefs that anything might even change for the worse if you manifested this vision? What might happen to your loved ones if this vision for your life, manifest it. What might happen to your loved ones? And are you allowed to manifest more abundance than your parents had? Do you have permission in that way? Or are you allowed to manifest more abundance than your children have? Or your friends? Be honest with yourself. Be nakedly honest. What do you believe your chances are? Do you have even the ability to manifest this abundance? Do you have the wherewithal? The competence? What are your real beliefs about your abilities to allow this kind of abundance to flow into your life? To manifest this kind of abundance? Okay, now I'm going to ask you to pick the one that seems to be the strongest for you. Pick the one that seems the strongest for you. And close your eyes and speak out that belief right now into the room. Just say it out loud. And now ask, how does that belief make me feel emotionally? And now asking if there were an even deeper belief. It's even deeper than that surface belief. I wonder what that might be. Just speak it out into the room. It needs to be spoken out loud. So speak it out into the room. If there were a deeper belief, I wonder what it might be. And if you were to go even deeper than that, to a belief that was like the foundational belief upon which all the other beliefs were stacked, like so many cards stacked on this foundational belief. If there were a root foundational belief that was really at the core of all these beliefs, I wonder what that belief might be. Whisper it out loud into your room. Speak it out loud into your room. Now, if there were some great force of nature or of life that were to come in right now and literally rip that foundational belief, like pull the rug out from underneath all the beliefs, if there's some great force of life that were really to just pull it out, rip it out from under that foundational belief, and all the belief, they all went falling and crumbling away. If something just stole it away and pulled the rug out, just ripped it away, and all beliefs went crumbling, what remains? Just speak that out loud. Just speak that out loud. And wonder what's in the heart of that, expanding. When all beliefs have crumbled away, foundational belief has been ripped away, what remains? Who are you? Not all these beliefs. Who are you? Whisper out loud the answer to that question. Who are you? opening the eyes and just resting here in this that is your own essence. And I just want to say to you, if you've uncovered some unhealthy beliefs in there, and I think if you were honest, you did, in the core of your being, and with the ripping them away, to really pull the rug out from underneath them, you will have fallen into your own essence, your own soul. And fulfillment arises from there. But when we have these beliefs, they act as a cover, like an armor that protects us from opening into this divine fulfillment and keeps us from allowing grace and to love you. You know, there's millions of molecules with your name on them, and they've been knocking at your door your whole life. But these beliefs, and they're more at the surface, they're the stems, and they are connected to self and consciousnesses that are actually buried deep within your body. And at the Manifest Abundance Retreat, what we do is real journey style. We roll up our sleeves, and we don't just uncover a few silent saboteurs. We uncover dozens in every area of your life. And then that's on the very first night. We uncover dozens and dozens in your health, in your relationships, in your job, in your home life, in your creativity. And then on the next day, all day, you are going to be in various processes. And you aren't just going to get to the root of one or two of these silent saboteurs. You're going to uproot the entire mess, the entire root system. And you're going to be in process all day long into the evening. And by nightfall, you are going to feel so cleared out that you are going to be left as just pure, radiant, shining potential. And it's from that fulfillment of freedom that is your own essence that then from there you can begin to draw into your life, to really allow yourself to receive and to manifest the abundance that you truly deserve. But first you have to clear out all the layers that have kept you from allowing all that abundance to flow into your life. I mean, abundance and manifestation, it's always happening all the time. But we put up barriers to it. And so in the Manifest Abundance Retreat, what we're going to be doing is clearing out those barriers, those silent saboteurs, those hidden comfort zones we're not allowed to get beyond. We clear them all out. And then on the next day, the final day of the Manifest Abundance Retreat, we dive into our own divine potential, into our own essence, into this that is fulfilling itself, the enlightened awareness that is your own essence. And it's from that place that you allow a true vision to be born, and you get together with other people and you brainstorm a way for that to manifest in your life. And then you learn throughout the day how you can co-participate in allowing fulfillment and abundance in your life. And then later in the afternoon, we're going to be going into manifestation circles. And I always say to people, be very, very careful what you put out for those. Because when you're wide open, it's like one part of the universe wiggles as a desire, and another part of the universe wiggles in response. And manifestation can happen very rapidly after you've finished the Manifest Abundance Retreat. And so it's a way of clearing whatever obscures you from living your full divine potential, which is a life of fulfillment in your jobs, in your home life, in your relationship, in your health, in every area of your life. It flings all the doors open to allow abundance to flow into your life. And so I really encourage you, strongly, passionately encourage you that if you uncovered something here in this short timeless time we had together, it's an invitation from your soul. You deserve to live from the fulfillment of who you really are, from the love, the joy, the freedom that is your own essence, from the potential that is your own soul. And so I really look forward to seeing you there. I've had people who, when they create a vision, they had written down 75 different ways that the things that they wanted to manifest, to create, to experience. And in that, over that next year, 73 of them manifested. And so it is possible to really take down every barrier, to allow that kind of synchronicity to flow into your life. You know, it was interesting, after I did my Manifest Abundance process, after that little process you just got, I did a full Manifest Abundance retreat and did all the process work in the Manifest Abundance retreat. Do you know that in every country I've been to recently, suddenly I'm getting all these television shows? You know, there's a way in which I'm no longer fighting, trying to keep the journey small. There's a way I'm saying yes. I'm willing to do loads of articles in magazines and on radio and in television. I have done, probably over the last many years, 70 or 80 television shows. But in this last year since I've done that, I've done loads. And I've probably been in this last year since I did that process, over 100 magazine articles. You know? And so it's amazing how when you really clear the barriers in consciousness, it's just like with Roger Bannister, who I've spoken about at the Journey Intensive. You know how it was believed anatomically, physically impossible to run a 4-minute mile. Now, when I say that belief was there, you know how long the Olympics have been going on for thousands of years. No human being broke the 4-minute mile. Because consciousness, it wasn't believed to be possible. But when Mr. Bannister broke that barrier in consciousness, it's like he opened the door inside of all of consciousness. And subsequently, the same Olympic runners who couldn't run a 4-minute mile previously were able to run it. He'd opened a door in consciousness. And that's what we do in the Manifest Abundance Retreat. We clear the barriers in consciousness so that we can allow all that is good and healthy and conscious and wholesome to flow into our lives in a healthy manner. And so I really strongly and with all my heart welcome you to the Manifest Abundance Retreat happening on Mount Carmel. And I can't wait to get there. You know how much I'm in love with my Israeli, beautiful beloved. And so I look forward to seeing you there. And until then, all my blessings, all my love. I can't wait to swim in love and fulfillment and abundance with you. And so I say to you, Laila Tov, beloved. Laila Tov.
Okay. Laila Tov. שומעים אותי? לילה טוב.
Laila Tov.
Thank you very much, Brendan.
You're so welcome. And I pray I see everyone. And I hope you'll make this available, not just by this being live, but I hope you'll make it available recorded so people can watch it post to this event. I'm praying that will happen.
First thing tomorrow morning. And it was fascinating as always. And thank you very much, Brendan. And we really look forward to see you here in a few weeks' time.
I can't wait.
So can
you
we.
Are with me. You know how in every intensive I always speak about my Israeli beloveds, and let's just fall in together.
Yes. Thank you very much, Brendan.
And Shalom, Laila Tov.
Shalom, Laila Tov. Good night. Thank you very much. Okay. Tov.